I think we've got to be willing to talk about that, and then we've got to be able to talk about solutions to that. You know, growing up here in the '60s, obviously we saw it. I went to school at a time when we were just turning that corner, if you will. We were very segregated. Uh, Sitting here 60 years later, 50 years later, we're still to some degree segregated. We're definitely segregated, unfortunately, with regard to poverty. Um, we've got to pay attention to that. You know, I would love to think that Chattanooga, as a mid-major urban community, would really strive to try to figure that out. I don't think I think we've turned the corner in this country where we're more urban than ever before, and I think that trend's going to continue. I think people are going to live in and around cities more than not, and so that brings its own set of challenges. We've got to figure out in this town how to deal with that. And so we've got communities downtown, and we've got communities in other places in Hamilton County where we've got intense poverty that brings real challenges not only to individuals but to school system and really the community at large. Um, we're at a place where I think Chattanooga can have those conversations and not just talk about it, but do something about it. You know, could Chattanooga aspire to forget about race, forget about the whole issue of poverty, and really make a commitment to change that cycle? And if you were able to do that for a generation, what would that do? How would that change the fabric of Chattanooga? I think it would change it just in a huge way. So a lot of conversation about that. There's some real opportunity there. The whole idea of poverty is real, but we can't ignore it. As long as we continue to ignore that conversation, it will become more problematic, not less. And so, fair question. I actually tonight, this won't be part of your piece, but I'm actually tonight going to speak to the NAACP.
I'm a member of the NAACP.
There you go. So I'll be part of that. I'm going to talk a little bit about vision, and you'll hear some of the same things. And so that's important right now. As me as superintendent, I think I'm willing to be to be at the forefront of those conversations because it's real to us. I've got a daughter. I'll be personal for a minute. I've got a daughter, Hillary, that's in her 11th year at Howard as a guidance counselor, and so Hillary sees it every day at work and is working really hard. She's a senior guidance counselor down there, but the whole idea of what poverty really means, intense poverty is incredibly interesting in the sense that when everybody that might be in a classroom is coming from that kind of a background, it's real. Kids oftentimes don't feel like there's hope. Um, they don't have a future. They're not welcome. Those kind of things, and so we've got to change that, and it is changing. It's gotten better over the course of time that Hillary's been there. She's seen an attitude change where kids feel more comfortable and they feel more included, and they're feeling like now they can go to college and that they can come back and be successful in this community, and that's a good place to be. We've got to do more.